Optic glass.
Hey guys, welcome back to Death Curse Society. We got a whole new show for you, and we want to take a moment first off to wish everyone out there a happy Independence Day.
USA, USA, USA.
Iran #1, Russia #1, USA ha boy.
All right, this is turning into some weird shit already. I'm Red Crank, your host. I got the Colonel with me, and I got Zigzag. Woo! We got a lot to cover tonight. We're going to be talking about Annabelle Comes Home. We're going to be talking about Terrifier 2's Indiegogo campaign that just started. We're going to be talking about the Halloween 2018 sequel. I don't even know what to call it anymore. Is it Halloween 2? Is it Halloween 3? We'll deal with that here in a minute. We're also going to be talking about Stranger Things, which dropped on Netflix today. And Blumhouse is going to be rebooting Black Christmas coming out later this year. And also, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button because right now, let's go camping.
You're going to Camp Blood, ain't you? You'll never come back again. It's got a death curse.
All right, our topic for Let's Go Camping this time is the Child's Play reboot, reimagining, whatever you guys want to call it. Zigzag, give us a synopsis on this one.
Killer dolls are chic right now, you know what I mean? We got Annabelle, we got Child's Play, there's, a few other things. There's a Puppet Master reboot coming up the road. Child's Play, you know what's going on already. Basically, it's the same thing, only different, man.
It's like the same thing, only different, Do you want...
Yeah, we have a woman struggling, but she has a young boy, Andy. I mean, really, that's what the only things that are the same from the original things are the characters' names, I would say. Everything else is pretty much refreshed, upgraded to modern times, so it is reimagined. That's where the comparisons end with Child's Play to the originals. This is a completely unique movie, and I have a problem. They probably would have done better with this had they not tried to call it Child's Play, just made it an original piece, standalone. And because you just got too many purists out there in the community that are gonna shit on you for it. And I kind of have to agree with them on this one because this would have been good. It would have been good had it not been directly on Child's Play. The doll's there, it's manufactured. The marketing campaign it's going to help you with your everyday life. It can help you turn the TV up. It can do all these nice little things around the house. There's an issue at the manufacturing plant. There's no demonic spirit involved in this movie at all. And yeah, the doll makes it over here defective. Hate to say it, but Simpsons did it.
Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it. Ah! Don't have a cow, man. Oh, sweetie Jesus.
It's not bad, though. It is very entertaining. So, I mean, as far as what you're expecting, you have seen this, but it is told in a modern way.
I mean, I agree with Zach. A lot of people want to shit on this film based on its name alone. But people have to remember, this is not your father's Child's Play. It's completely different. I went into the theater with very low expectations and left pleasantly surprised. I thought it was a pretty solid film. The musical score was great. I really enjoyed that. The gore was great. The cast was great. The acting was great. The believable story from the manufacturing plant I thought was kind of funny and lazy, but believable, and it made sense with the story. And Mark Hamill, I think, nailed it as Chucky. He made it his own character. Yes, I know there's no voodoo involved and this and that. Like I said, it's just Child's Play and name alone. It is a completely separate movie. And people need to get that out of their minds and actually give it a chance. This is one of the more enjoyable films I've seen in the theater this year. All around was a good horror movie. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it was good, man. It was fun. It was entertaining.
Now, Mark Hamill did a great job, I thought. We'll talk a little bit more about him here in a second, but I have to agree 90% with you, I think. I thought Gabriel Bateman, who played Andy, did a great job. I thought Aubrey Plaza was very unbelievable as a single mother. I don't know what it was about her. I can't necessarily put a very specific thing on it. She acted more like the aunt that comes around like every couple of weeks and hangs out with the kid. That was pretty much the only real negative I had about the movie. The story was actually pretty well laid out. It was laid out in a very straightforward way. So I liked that. It wasn't trying to overdo too much. It wasn't trying to allude too much to future sequels, even though we expect one. We'll get into that. Again, like both of you have kind of mentioned, my main problem was calling it child's play. I know you're trying to hop on the bandwagon of the previous film's success and take that to give you a little boost up. But seriously, guys, change the doll just a little bit and keep this exact same story. Change the name of the doll, change Andy's name, change the name of the movie, and you got a good movie.
Now hold on, Crank. Now hold on. Let's call it what it is. Once again, greedy corporate bean counters at the top. They have a property, somebody recognized that. Hey, we still have the rights to this. We can, no charge at all. We can go ahead and do what we want. Even though the creator of the whole fucking thing was adamantly against it. Mm-hmm. And found himself a deal to make this show on TV with a lot of the original people. So take it for what it's worth. But let's not say they made some kind of smart decision. This was a more greed and an opportunity more than a thing for horror, than a boost for the horror here in this case.
Yeah.
Nice job, guys. Nice job, but yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, let's appreciate that this is actually a good film.
That's why I'm saying nice job. It was a nice job, and they did put some actual money and effort in it. It shows. There was a little flap that led to this happening, so that's what I want to keep that straight here. I mean, that shouldn't stop you from going to see it because it is very entertaining.
Of course, there was a flack, between the creators and the studio about this, and fuck yeah, if I had created Chucky and they were like, yeah, we're gonna do something completely different, leave you out of it, we don't give a shit about your TV series, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yep.
I get that. But seriously, I think it's so lazy and damn near disrespectful to keep the name. It would have been so easy to change Andy's name, change the name of the movie, and change the name of Chucky. Those are three things that you would have had to do to make this a completely original movie. Now, granted, when it came out, it would have been compared to Child's Play. If studios are so damn lazy they can't come up with a new name for a doll or a new name for a movie, contact us. 20 minutes into the movie, I had a new name. I had everything. Here it is.
My new name was simply Buddy. B-U-D-D-I, Buddy.
Yeah, you could have done that. My idea was Connected. Connect, T-E-D, Ted. Call the doll Ted or Teddy, and T-E-D could even stand for Technologically Evolved Doll.
Seth MacFarlane might have some issue with that name there, Crank. I'm not real sure.
Oh, does he have the, fuck that guy. Fuck Seth MacFarlane. But no, you could do that or something like that and get away with it.
I agree, though. You're right. I mean, this is the biggest problem of it. It would have been constricted to that whole model of that, too. It could have been different kinds of toys, too, doing this kind of thing. So
let's talk about differences from the original and the remake. Zigzag, talk to us a little bit about that.
The main differences here are, no demonic possession. We are robbed of the brilliance of Brad Dourif's Charles Lee Ray and his motivations of why he needs Andy and all that here. But it's all right because they did it. They did the modernizing right, because that's kind of a terrifying thing to think this could interact with all your shit in the house, And again, I love when it's almost like a precursor to things to come, It's coming that way, and it starts with this, Buddy the Doll, Chucky. I do believe, again, aside from the names alone and the general concept of a doll gone bad and attacking, there's really nothing to compare here. And they don't really line up like that. It's a modernized tale that is still entertaining and scary. And honestly, I missed the demonic possession thread. That was much better.
In the original, there was voodoo involved that put an actual person's soul into the doll rather than it just be AI that went bad. It ripped the emotion out of the doll, or it ripped the soul from the doll. That's what I lost. I mean, the AI was learning some emotion as it went on through this new movie. You never saw Chucky just get outraged.
Right. It's like
Brad.
The gist was there. Like you think, oh, okay, he caught that, but did he? That you're right. Yeah, the emotion that's a huge thing because Chucky Brad Dourif style really, really comes out. I mean, you can see it.
You stupid bitch! You filthy slut! Did you fuck with me?
Oh, and the facial movements even of the original doll were a lot better. You could just read the hatred on his face. There's not that moment in this movie, and that's what I didn't like.
That's probably the number one hate thing I am seeing about the comparisons is how the fucking dolls look. And a lot of people cannot get over that original design.
The biggest difference for me is the design of the doll. I am not a fan of Buddy / Chucky. Even the way the eyes light up. I understand he's a machine, but fuck, man. Oh, his eyes aren't blue. I think something's wrong. Blue is normal, red, he's evil. Fuck, man. As much as I love Star Wars, we watching a Star Wars film? Oh, that's kind of funny, considering this is Mark Hamill. Is that how we know Chucky goes from a Jedi to a fucking Sith? Because his eyes change color, he goes to the dark side?
Yeah, the doll was hard to look at.
Yeah, I applaud them for doing more animatronics than CGI with the doll. So thank you for that. I do appreciate that hard work and effort. But, man, there's no way you guys left the production meetings with decide this is our final design. This is our Chucky. I expected it to look different. I wasn't expecting a carbon copy. I buy toys for my kids now. None of their dolls look like that. It's like, wasn't even close.
One other difference I want to point out, and you kind of alluded to it a little bit, this difference almost makes sense, is the fact that there was no voodoo kind of aspect to it, and this one was all AI. In the 80s, though, you guys got to remember, there was kind of a satanic panic going around. Mental asylums were being shut down because of false claims of satanic ritual abuse. That's when that started kind of happening, and people were freaking out about it all over the place. Although voodoo is not satanic, I don't want to piss off any voodoo people out there. With the lay person, it's kind of equated in the same area. Using voodoo in the 80s kind of made sense because some people are starting to, in this time, worry about AI and is Alexa listening to me constantly? Why is it I can think about needing to buy a product and then I open Facebook and the first thing I see is an ad for that particular product? What's going on here? People are starting to think about that. And so that comparison kind of makes sense for this time and space, as long as it's not called Child's Play. All right, because of the dispute between the studios on this movie, also, there were some legal issues that came about with it. There was one particular kill that happens to a character named Shane, which is Aubrey Plaza's boyfriend in the movie. His face gets peeled off and placed on a watermelon for Andy to find the next morning. Now, the reason the doll does this in this particular movie is because he had watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 with Andy and a couple of his friends, and they were laughing, so he thought that was a way to make Andy happy. But in the original draft of the script, it was just a beheading, and Chucky leaves Shane's head for Andy to find the next day. But they had to change it because one of the sequels, there was a beheading, and they couldn't have anything that resembled any other kill. They had to only stick to keeping any similarities to this Child's Play based on the original Child's Play, which MGM owned. Again, you could have avoided it all if you had called it something other than Child's Play. Do I need to get a soapbox and stand on it? Do you guys think that affected the movie at all for you? Colonel?
The only thing that would affected me watching the film was the fact that when they were watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, they started off with Chop Top at the fucking radio station. Then it cut to the beginning of the film where they cut the dude's head off and down the fucking road. Then it cut to the end and went fucking middle, beginning, end. That's the only way it affected me watching that film. I was like, fuck, this is killing me because it's not in order.
Colonel's OCD is going off the charts right now.
I stood up in the theater and went, no, no, no. This is why art and law doesn't mix. It's so stupid, but it's worded as such that way. Come on, it's so petty. Like you assholes came up with the beheading first. Get the fuck out of here.
Let's talk a little bit about Mark Hamill as Chucky. Colonel, you've already gone on record saying you enjoyed Mark Hamill's performance. Talk to us a little bit more about that.
I thought Mark Hamill did a really good job. I wouldn't say great, but a really good job. The way he presented Chucky at the beginning of the film was so innocent. He became more and more corrupted by what he's seen in everyday life. His voice took a little more of a sinister tone till the end of the movie. He just went batshit crazy. So I really like how he's able to portray that emotion from innocence to corruption.
This guy, he's been doing the voices now for a long time. This guy is that good. It's just different. The flow, the way it runs at you, it's not the same. Like the Joker, you can hear insanity in there. This is different. Good to malicious is not, sane to crazy. He's got the nuance down. There's no points coming off of Mark Hamill for what he did in Child's Play.
No, and that's a good point. It made me kind of think of something fresh here. Mark Hamill, when he does do the Joker, he does have that insanity kind of feeling coming through it. In Child's Play, really the only feeling you have coming through it is like the innocence that Colonel points out, but also the faultiness of what's going on with the inner workings of the doll, the AI failing. He plays it where you can sense that faultiness. I didn't even realize how brilliant that was until just now. One thing that I liked about Child's Play 2019 was their little tongue-in-cheek poster campaign that they had because they opened the same weekend as Toy Story. Zach, talk to us a little bit about this. This was great.
I fucking love shit like this, man. I mean, it's just a blatant, like, hey, you guys over there. Hey, fuck you. It's great, man. I mean, it's, all kinds of things where Chucky has obliterated Woody or Buzz or, any other of the toys in there. It's just really good, man.
Yeah, these are great. I loved every single one of them. I thought it was, when I saw the first one, I thought, ooh, that's so fun. I kind of wish Disney would have retaliated, but I know Disney is, just playing the high horse and the bigger man. Sometimes you just have to be the bigger man. Colonel, right?
I literally have one word: genius.
It was just too fun. Why the hell not? Now, there was a fan poster from the Disney perspective that was created that was pretty clever, too, with Chucky in the blender. I wish Disney would have done something, but good job to the marketing guys at Child's Play. That was too fun. They're already talking about a sequel because the movie in 10 days has made $23 million on a budget of 10. Let's see. Colonel, what do you think? Where are they going with a sequel?
Man, I'm not even sure where they're going to go for a sequel on this one, unless, hold on. Let me think of an original idea they can try. Maybe the company that makes the Buddy dolls takes the microprocessing chip and just puts it in another Buddy doll, not really thinking, because, you can't lose spare parts, and fuck, God forbid the North Koreans get hold of this kind of technology, and then boom, now we got another defective doll.
I think I've seen that before somewhere.
That sounds kind of familiar.
Ziggy, what do you think? What's coming from a sequel for Child's Play?
I think the company that makes the Buddy dolls rebrands as Skynet, and dolls begin to target not Andy, but somebody named Sarah Connor. It's called Child's Play Termination.
CP2.
Brilliant.
Judgment Day.
That's good, man. Oh my God.
Judgment Day.
I was just fucking around, Crank. You just made that shit real, dude. That was fucking great, man.
Okay, I guess I'll be the only one that's semi-serious about these sequel ideas. There was one thing that I noticed. They kept saying in this movie that there were 5 other Buddy 2 dolls that were coming out, but they only showed 4 of them. They showed the blonde, the ginger one, black one, and they showed the one that looked like a bear. But where was the 5th one? Was that a female doll? Like a bride?
Don't know.
That's my idea, though. I mean, it's a potential, but does that also get into the legal framework of what Universal is? Can they even do a Bride of Chucky? Even if they release another doll that's a female? Because there was a movie sequel that was Bride of Chucky.
Just can't have Jennifer Tilly.
The legal issues are just blowing my mind with this movie. So good luck to whoever is doing Child's Play. And honestly, I can't wait for Don Mancini's series coming out on Sci-Fi, hopefully sometime next year. Bring me Brad Dourif. Bring me the voodoo aspect. Woo! I'm ready for that.
And be serious about it. Don't go all fucking silly like you did for the last 4 fucking sequels.
Well,
All right, guys, let's give Child's Play, the new one, a fucking score here, and let's get on with it.
Zigzag, score it for us.
I'm going to start it. And again, Admirable effort. Not bad for a horror movie. Reboot, reimagining. I'm going to give this a 6.5.
I'll have to give it a 7.5. Like I said, you take out the Child's Play name, and it's a fun horror movie. Best one, like I said, best one I've seen all year so far. So theatrically, I should say.
I'm going to go middle of the road. I liked it. I'm going to give it a 5. But I'm going to give it a 5 because it was called Child's Play. If it was called something else, I'd probably give it a 7. So there you go. You fucking lost 2 points just because of the goddamn name, people.
Goddamn bean counters.
Motherfuckers! All right, I'm done. We're gonna wrap it up for Let's Go Camping. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back in a little bit. I gotta go cool off.
I'm gonna go now. You've got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Wondershare Filmora is a user-friendly, easy-to-use video editing software which contains hundreds of special effects for video that allows you to easily create a unique visual effect. Head to www.wondershare.net and get started editing now.
Hey, this is PJ Souls, and you are totally watching Death Curse Society, so keep watching.
Welcome back, guys. Hope you didn't miss us too much. You know what's up? It's time for some stories around the campfire.
I don't want to scare anyone, but I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason.
Hey, come back!
First up, another movie that dropped in theaters just recently is Annabelle Comes Home, the third Annabelle movie, the 6th or 7th in the Conjuring series. I'm not even sure anymore. I'm getting them all mixed up. Zigzag, talk to us about Annabelle Coming Home.
You know what? I'm a huge fan of the Conjuring universe. I like it. It's good. It's entertaining. It's scary. Not too violent, though, man. Nobody really dies in these things all that often. Big fan of the Warrens. Love it. Love the fact that they're based on true characters. Not a big fan of the fact that they're just bookending a lot of these side movies off the Conjuring. You know, they come in, set up an intro, they'll show a piece from a Conjuring movie where they're fighting a demon, and then they're off. This particular one, we're looking at the daughter. Annabelle has been put in her Vatican glassed, encased, blessed, you know, no evil can escape this cabinet. I mean, it should come with its own holy welding gun or something to seal it permanently, but no, it has a little fucking brass key that you stick in, and, you know, the little lock that you would see on those diaries and your daughter's thing or something like that. Yeah, it's real secure. The Warrens are off to do something, to go help somebody, to go check something out, investigate, and they're leaving the daughter at home with this babysitter whom they trust. It's her lousy, conniving friend that comes over and fucks everything up. Kind of grooves in there and then gets them to leave on some roller skates, you know, so she can have free reign of this fucking house that is packed to the gills with evil. The way she gets in really sucks, to this room that, you know, the room that everyone knows about. It's a real room where everything is stored that shouldn't be dealt with by humans. We get in there, I mean, and it's what we have here, this whole thing, Annabelle Comes Home, is essentially not as much about Annabelle as it is, it's like a haunted house movie almost. Annabelle gets let out. Reminded me very much of a Paranormal Activity type movie, how it's shot and set up, because they're in the house, they can't really leave, and a lot of things coming. Now, unfortunately, what these side movies have become are introductions of new cases that we are going to see in future chapters of the Conjuring universe, in my opinion. Here we have a Hellhound and the Ferryman, which wasn't too bad, actually, this aspect of the film, my favorite part of it. But very tame. I mean, it's scary at points. It does make you jump, but man, as far as real big horror fans, this is very watered down, almost like an introductory piece for maybe a younger person you could bring in, preteen kind of stuff. They'll love it. It was okay. It was entertaining, but yeah, just brace yourselves for more Conjuring content coming soon to a theater near you.
The thing I don't like about the Conjuring movies is they're not necessarily too focused on the central story. Seems like their main focus of their story is to introduce little offshoots that they can do. They're more focused on that than they are making sure the story is good. I kind of like the idea of this story with the babysitter's friend, her father passing, and her wanting a chance to speak to her dad one more time and kind of hopefully get his forgiveness because she blames herself for his death. And I like the way that actress played that off. I thought she did a very good job with that. I thought a lot of the acting in this was good, but I also see in future events of the Conjuring universe growing with, like you said, the ferryman. I fully expect a werewolf to be featured in one in the next 3 years. I even think later on down the line, I think Judy, the daughter, she might get her own spin-off here 10 years down the road, you know? The young Conjuring, kind of like the young Indiana Jones Chronicles back in the day. That's where I kind of see it going. Colonel, what do you think of this movie?
My guilty pleasure is The Haunting on the Travel Channel. I love them fucking badly reenacted ghost story shows, man. Oh, I love that shit. So this is just my guilty pleasure amplified with money behind it. Great job connecting you to those girls in that house. You really got a feel for each character. I thought that was fantastic. I brought my oldest daughter with me to see this film. When we left, I was like, did you get scared? She's like, nah, I jumped a couple times, jump scares. No, I really wasn't scared. Granted, she's seen worse than that, but I do limit what she watches, people. She still hasn't seen The Exorcist or Cannibal Holocaust or anything like that.
Why not?
She's very picky about what she sees still. She is only 10, but even she enjoyed it and wasn't really scared. Overall, just an okay movie. A quick cash grab to introduce these new stories. But I do have to say, I'm with you guys. The Ferryman is the shit. Like, I cannot wait to get a full movie about that. That was fucking cool.
One of those characters is going to be the next The Nun, I think.
Just the ferryman's his whole thing. I mean, it's almost based on the River Styx kind of thing from the mythology days where you got to pay your toll to get your soul taken. And if you don't have the toll, he takes your soul. He's depicted in the movies as kind of a foggy kind of reaper. Everywhere where his presence is, bodies appear, coffins with coins over their eyes, and it's super creepy. And then in the darkness in the back, the coins are dropping all over the place and rolling around. That shit was fucking with me big time. So, I mean, this shit works. If they do it right, they might have something here.
I'm not one of those people that reacts in a movie theater. I'm like, jump scares don't affect me. I'm pretty much a rock. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know. I'm a sociopath. Fuck you guys. Maybe I'm a fucking sociopath. Deal with it. At least I'm not a narcissist. But the one thing in this movie that almost got me to flinch a little bit was the sound of those coins. That one time the coins fell and they were like right there behind your right shoulder. That almost got me. I actually did kind of like take a beat and then look just a minute. Make sure.
They came up with something very cool, and I can't wait to see the backstory on that one.
These movies, to me, are very easy to churn out. Like we said, there's not a whole lot of depth to the script. Somebody can knock one of these out in 2 months, get it approved, do a couple of rewrites, get it in front of a crew, and shoot it. And you can shoot it in about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Majority of it is the editing, music, and the sound effects, and any special effects. That takes the process. I mean, they are popping these movies out every year, man. And New Line has already said this is their focus. They're not going to do anything with a Freddy reboot. It's cheap, it's easy, and it gets butts in seats. I see it going on for a while.
How disrespectful of it is for New Line Cinema. Literally put Freddy on the back burner. He built the fucking company. I give this movie a 5. Par for the course. Nothing really jumped out.
It takes forever to get going, this particular movie. And I understand there's a fair amount of character development that happens for that reason, because they hit you hard with some stuff in it in the plot. In the end, this is a haunted house movie. I want to be scared and uneasy, and I really only got very little of that, and most of it in part to the ferryman. In light of this, I'm scoring Annabelle Comes Home a 4.
I'm going to give it a 6. And the main reason I'm giving it even just a slightly higher score than Child's Play is I'm a sucker for the haunted house movie. I love those old school, stick somebody in a big room or a big house and let them figure it out. What's that noise?
Listen. You smell something?
I love those kind of movies. So I give it a 6. Hey, go enjoy it. If this is your kind of cup of tea, enjoy it. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of Annabelle Comes Home. Next up on Stories Around the Campfire, we're going to talk a little bit about Terrifier 2. Just started a campaign on Indiegogo. They're trying to get enough money to do this very bloody scene. It sounds like it's going to be very intense. Colonel, talk to us a little bit about this.
Terrifier 2 Indiegogo campaign was launched on June 25th with an initial goal of $50,000 for said scene. As of June 30th, we are currently at $124,016. That's fucking phenomenal. Horror community, we applaud you. We have personally given money to this Indiegogo campaign because we believe in this franchise. So with the extra money, we're going to get more special effects, better equipment, more money for sets. And they're teasing a lead role for an iconic film star. I'll be safe to say I probably wouldn't expect Jamie Lee Curtis. That's about as far as I'm going as far as like horror stars or scream queens, if you want to say. So who are they going to get? It's anybody's guess at this point. But again, please support indie horror. They're doing great things for the genre.
I'll tell you what, man, the instant response. I mean, hell, they'd hit their goal in 3 hours when this thing launched. I mean, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, I guess that's reaching out there a bit. Boy, that's ambitious. That'd be great. But, you know, Heather Langenkamp, what are you doing?
I'm kind of leaning towards either like a Danielle Harris or maybe even a Dee Wallace. Those are my two thoughts right there.
I'm a gore hound, as you know. With the scene in the first one, we know that it's going to be, they're going to deliver the goods, especially now that they got so much money to cover the new scene. I can't hardly wait to see what they're going to do. The only premise we know is we now have a supernatural presence behind Art the Clown, and he's back on Halloween night to kill and smile and kill. No, it's going to be great, man. Terrifier 2 is something we can all hang our hats on in modern horror. I'm proud to be here to see it. I'm proud to donate to it. And I just hope they don't fuck it up.
Now, it seems like a very ambitious project. And the fact that they only asked for 50 grand and they got over 124 grand and they met their goal in, like you said, 3 hours, that touches us a little bit. And I don't mean this in a weird way or anything. That's why we started this show, because the horror community is full of people that just will put their arms around each other and say, hey, let's do this. I want to see this. Do you want to see this? He wants to see it. He wants to see it. Everybody wants to see this. Thank you to everybody that donated to that. And thank you guys for all the horror fans out there. That's why we do this show.
They've met their goals, but the campaigns are still open. You can still get cool perks and memorabilia from the film. I still think you can get your ass in there and get killed by Art the Clown is one of the perks. So if you want to do this, get on over to Indiegogo, give them what you can. I mean, hell, you can throw $5 at them and they'll give you a shout out. That's how much they appreciate this. We got one that's good, guys. Let's fucking back it. Let's show them. Mainstream, bean counters. We don't need you. Woo!
Terrifier 2. Good luck. Can't wait to see Art the Clown back in action.
Call PJ Souls, too.
I'll be totally wiped out.
I don't think you have enough to do tomorrow.
Totally.
Next up, big news. After teasing that Jamie Lee Curtis and Jason Blum were discussing things a couple of weeks ago, now we've got news from Blumhouse Productions that Halloween 2, 3, what are we calling it? Halloween 2020. Let's call it Halloween 2020.
Oh, wait a minute. They already did that. H2O. You can't do that.
No, not H2O. Halloween 2020.
H2O20.
Fuck. I don't know what to call it. Let's just call it the Halloween sequel. But it has been confirmed it is moving into pre-production right now and is going to start filming shortly after Labor Day this fall and will be released in October of 2020. I believe Blumhouse has a release date for an untitled horror project of October 16th. Looks like that's where we're shooting for a Halloween sequel. Jamie Lee Curtis is back. More than likely, James Jude Courtney is back. David Gordon Green has written the script, hopefully minus douchebaggery, and is in talks to direct. We don't have that confirmed yet. And we also do not have confirmed yet that Judy Greer or Andy Matichak will be involved. I fully expect them to be. Zigzag, you excited for this?
It's hard not to be, man. Right away when they announced, a lot of people were like, why do this? That sequel or reimagining, reboot. Halloween 2018 was awful is what they were saying. I disagree. I mean, there were aspects I did not like. We did not like. Hell, we covered it in-depthly throughout the whole process, as I'm sure, we'll do here again for Halloween, whatever this is, sequel to 2018. It had to do it, man. When a movie makes that kind of cheddar, you're gonna get the sequel. I'm happy that they got Jamie Lee Curtis again. That's only gonna help things. She was great. She was a strong, shining point to the original remake. 2018. See, it's fucked up, man. You don't know what to say. Pay attention, folks. Now stay with us. Yes, the speculation is the daughters and the granddaughters are going to return as well. I guess we can ask James Jude Courtney when we get to Crypticon and see what he's thinking about it, or just to put the poker read on him like we did Tony Todd and see what he says. He did a great job, and we would love to see him back behind the mask once again. What are they going to do? What's the story going to be? No fucking idea. I just think this will be hopefully stronger than Zombie's sequel, what his was, his Halloween 2. So I guess this would be Halloween 2 Part 3, the third time. Halloween 2 of the third kind.
I don't know. Maybe they should just call it Halloween Season of the Witch and just get it over with. Colonel, jump in here.
Halloween 2 to the third power, or whatever we're going to call this. Yes, I'm excited for it. The 2018 movie, I don't think it was nearly as bad as the majority of the horror community thought it was. Yeah, we had some complaints, but it is what it is. James Jude Courtney, I feel sorry for you, man, because I know you're going to be walking around like this for about 3 weeks if you reprise the roles, the shape. Yeah. So you're going to be these joints, some arthritis. It's going to fucking get you, man. But all for the love of the genre.
He'll have to flex his hand like Kaiser Soze at the end of The Usual Suspects,
I'm sure Keaton is dead. I can't feel my legs, Kaiser.
First thing I learned on the job, you know what it was? How to spot a murderer.
He's going to have to. But, man, I just know one thing I'm hoping for, they better show this motherfucker roll out of an escape hatch Lori had in her basement. Because let's be honest, as prepared as she was, you really think she wouldn't have an escape plan if she got stuck down there with him?
I still think it'd be good if, the crew is trying to clean up and everyone leaves, the fire, and everyone leaves except for maybe one person, two people, messing around, moving some stuff around, and a hand just shoots out, and it's Michael's hand, maybe like this, and grabs one of the guys, and we'll see. We got over a year to wait for it. Next up on Stories Around the Campfire, dropped today on Netflix, Stranger Things, and we got one last sneak peek to look at.
Finally.
You let us in. And now, you are going to have to let us stay.
Doesn't make sense. I closed the gate.
What if he never left? What if we locked him out here with us? He'd want to attach himself to someone again. A new host.
It's building something.
No matter what happens, we have to stop him. Together.
Now it's time. We are going to end you. We are going to end your friends. And we are going to end everyone.
Kids are in danger. We need to end this.
I can fight.
Better than any of us. But I need you safe.
What the hell?
I need you to trust me.
Holy Mother of God.
So that's the final trailer for Stranger Things 3. Let's talk about it. Zigzag, what are you looking forward to here?
It looks like we're going to get it all wrapped up with a nice bow. I mean, a nice farewell to a nice series that's been just kind of sweep the nation, kind of the world, really, because a lot of Europeans are down on this shit, too. Netflix, this is one of their first kind of runaway hits that they got going there series-wise, I think. So, kind of torn, man. I'm not sure. I think there's more to tell with these guys as they age. Can't wait to see what they got in store. Just dropped. I'm waiting so I can sit down. I'm going on vacation in a week here. I'm going to get it all in at once. So, can't wait to talk about it all the way through with you guys.
It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It looks like it's going to, like you said, wrap it up very nicely. I think it's going to go out with a big bang, too. It looks like that last creature is going to be a beast to deal with.
The trailer was fucking action-packed, man. It just didn't grab me by the boo-boo like it seemed to with everybody else.
You weren't an 80s kid.
I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it. I understand there's a lot of nostalgia for the 80s. You guys got to remember, I'm the young pup. And they're like, oh, man. Everybody's like, oh, check it out. They're drinking New Coke. I've only heard about fucking New Coke. I never seen it. I'm a 90s kid, man. I was born in 84. My memories really don't start till 1990. I mean, diehard Bengals fan. I don't remember the fucking last Super Bowl appearance. I don't even remember the last fucking playoff victory. Like I said, maybe that's one of the reasons I really didn't gravitate towards it. Even though I know people younger than me love it, I'll just have to go back and revisit it. Trailer looked cool, but like I said, I'm so far out of the loop, I don't even fucking know.
It's just a good, fun time. I would almost compare it to the modern-day version of the Monster Squad.
It's Goonies. It's it without the fucking super scary clown gore and stuff, you know? I mean...
Like I said, fuck the Goonies, man. I'm a Monster Squad kid. I don't give a fuck about the Goonies.
But it's kind of like the Monster Squad. That's why I like it. And
yes.
I think the cast the casting was great. The kids that they got were just damn near perfect for these roles. You see them in interviews, they actually dig each other. They have fun together. They talk about the pranks that they're pulling on set, and they just look like they're having a blast. And I'm glad they're having a blast. But I think one of the reasons why this is coming to an end is those kids want extra cheddar now. They've made Netflix something even bigger than it already was because of this show, and their agents realize it, and they're like, hey, well, we got one girl that's in the Godzilla universe now, so she needs extra money to do another show. We got another guy that's going to be jumping into the Ghostbusters universe. Who knows where else these other ones are going, because they're all good actors, so they're going to have careers if they stay off the coast.
This is not the first time I've tasted penis. I've had several in my line of work and taste penises all the time. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Tyrone. Stay off the coke, kids. I think that's why it's coming to an end, because their fees are going up, and Netflix, they don't want to pile too much money into it. I think 3 seasons is good. If you can wrap it up in 3 seasons, wrap it up. If you've already binge watched it, let us know in the comments below what you think. No spoilers, though, please. Never give any spoilers in our comments. Let us know what you think, and we're going to talk about it in the next episode, what we thought about it, so stay tuned. All right, next up on Stories Around the Campfire, Blumhouse. We're going to talk about them again because they're also going to be rebooting the 1974 classic horror film Black Christmas. It's going to be starring Carrie Elwes, who just joined the cast or was announced in the cast recently, along with Imogen Poots, Elise Shannon, Brittany O'Grady, Lily Donahue, and Caleb Eberhardt. Sophia Takai is going to be directing it based on a script by her and April Wolf, and filming begins soon, and it's going to be dropped later this year, December 13th. Colonel, are you excited for a Black Christmas remake?
No. Just being completely honest, I mean, I was not a fan of the 74 original, and I was not a fan of the 2006 remake. Hey, I'll be there to check this one out. I'm an open book. Who knows? Maybe I'll be one of the few. It's like, man, Black Christmas 2019 is pretty damn good. I could be, even though I have a feeling at the end of the movie, the sorority house is going to be on fire and the killer's going to be left behind in it, either by choice or not. I don't know, bold prediction.
Seems to be the way Blumhouse likes to end their movies anymore.
Indeed.
You know, I'm torn on the Black Christmas. I have a lot of respect for Bob Clark's work. This one, a lot of people say Black Christmas is a cornerstone of what became kind of modern horror leading into the slasher and everything like that. So he made Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, another one of my favorites. Later on, he did A Christmas Story, of course, which we see every fucking year. Porky's, he did the Porky's and all that shit. Black Christmas, this was already remade. It wasn't that good that time. This movie, I think that's part of it. People, Christmas is something so sacred, and that original one really messed some people up and really made it taboo back then because they're, oh, how dare they sully, oh, Lord. The cast sounds right on. I mean, we had, Margot Kidder in the original, so I mean, that was about the biggest star at the time. Excited is not the word. I'm more curious about this to see if they can do this better than they did, a decade ago. I expect it to be modernized quite a bit.
I think the reason the 74 version especially got any notoriety whatsoever was because of what you mentioned. The fact that, you're turning Christmas into a horrific event rather than a time of joy and a time of religious overzealousness. And back then the movie got attacked by, the Christian right for that exact purpose. There's definitely going to be complaints about this movie. I don't think it'll be the same kind of physical picketing outside of theaters like they did in 45 years ago. It's all going to be social warrior, people hiding behind keyboards trying to, oh, don't go see this movie because Santa is not a killer, blah, 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 blah. Jesus is king. It's going to be stuff like that. Maybe we want to see it. And another kind of counterpoint to what you mentioned, Christmas is the taboo subject. I don't know, dude. Secret Santa. I had a lot of fun watching that movie, and they went balls out on Christmas in that movie. But nothing is taboo. Fuck it all up for what we say. So that's going to wrap up Stories Around the Campfire. Thanks for watching. Leave us some comments below and let us know what you thought. One last thing I want to mention before we go to break is that on July 12th through the 14th, Zigzag and I are going to be in Kansas City for Crypticon. If you guys are in town, if you guys are at the con, come and see us. Say hello to us. We'll be in the Death Curse Society t-shirts, probably, or a different kind of shirt. So if you want to buy a shirt, you can get one from us. If you want some stickers, we'll give you some stickers. We got some. And we may even have a couple other little tidbits that we may have available for you there. So, yeah, we got a little promo for Crypticon right here. Check it out on our break, and we'll be right back.
Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.
I'm getting another beer. You want one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back. Glass.
Welcome back to Death Curse Society. As you guys know, we love talking to the fans, and this is one of our favorite segments we get to do periodically. Let me ask you a question.
Here's Johnny.
Both of these questions come from Craig D. Again, still don't know how to say your last name.
Craig D.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out someday, I promise. Question is, with Shudder's popularity growing, how will it impact studios and other streaming services content? Colonel?
That's a good question, man, because as you guys know, I'm a Shudder subscriber. Absolutely fucking love it. The main reason why I got it, well, two main reasons, was my man Joe Bob taking me back to my childhood and the Creep Show series that premieres later this year. But there's a lot of other good shit on there too. I'm like, wow, I watch Shudder more than I watch Netflix, Hulu, any other streaming service. So, but how's it going to affect the other ones? I'm not real sure, because DC Universe had a great horror series that got canceled after 1 or 2 episodes since Swamp Thing. We've talked about this before. Netflix is putting out their own general audience horror. Like I said, Stranger Things, Bird Box. The only thing I really see it impacting is Shudder with more original content for more of the hardcore horror fans. And that's what I'm looking forward to with Shudder's popularity. More original content for us diehard horror fans to get behind.
Look at it a couple of different ways. I mean, are you meaning the original content, like them getting involved with, creating their own stuff, like the Creepshow series, compared to what the big studios are doing? Man, I'm going to try not to be so redundant like been reoccurring theme the last few shows. The big studio should take fucking note what's happening with these subscription services and who's in charge of original content. This is the road I'm taking. All right, Craig? Fuck you. This is the way I'm going. Yes, for sure. I think they should take note and be shaking in their fucking boots, because the future is going to be, where this is like original content. Like we're seeing Netflix, we're seeing even some horror channels and websites making movies now. Dread Central. We're talking Terrifier, man. Yeah. Just a drop in the bucket. I get it. Yeah, well, it's breathing down your neck before you know it. So what I see happening, even the bigger studios that own some of the properties that are going to be affected by a streaming service, they're going to all have their own thing. We're going to be an a la carte nation. Regular cable is on its way out. You're going to be able to go and pick what you want, build your package. You'll still spend probably $50 to $100 a month, but you'll have 10 to 15 services to choose from to get what you need horror-wise and blah, 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 blah. But, that's what I see with that. I fully support it because competition only means better interactions for the fans and access.
What I see happening for studios is you're going to have more Conjuring stuff. The stuff that's easy cookie-cutter shit, cheap to make, quick to write, quick to put out on the shelf. That's what studios are going to stick with. Stuff like that. Studios aren't going to take a chance anymore, but Shudder might, or another streaming service might. I'm a little conflicted about it, to be honest with you. I want content. That's my main thing. I want fresh content. I love the fact that places like Shudder exist. Hell, I think Shudder deserves a weekly or semi-weekly news horror show.
Aye, know what I mean, nudge, say no more.
That could be interesting on Shudder. Netflix is not going to be affected at all. Netflix is its own fucking animal. But yeah, I just want more content, and I want more independence, like Terrifier 2, Adam Marcus and Secret Santa.
Shout out to the Skeleton Crew.
Yes, definitely. Bloodhound Films that are raising money right now to do a feature. Come out with some new original stuff. Hell, you guys that are making these Friday the 13th fan films that we've been watching over the last month and a half, come up with an original idea and crowdfund that movie, based on the success that you had of Never Hike Alone or something. I'd like to see you come up with an original idea for a full-length feature film that way. Is it going to be put out through Universal Studios or Blumhouse? Probably not. But you might be able to distribute it through Amazon or maybe Netflix. Who the fuck knows? Fight for it. Go for it. Do your thing. That's what I see. All right, another question we got from Craig D was, Bruce Campbell wanted to make an Expendables of horror a while back. Who would be in your essential cast?
Ted White. Final chapter.
I want to leave the guy with the easy one and leave Bruce in there.
All right, I'll say Kane Hodder.
Nick Castle.
Robert Englund.
Derek Mears.
Doug Bradley.
The man himself, Mr. Tony Todd.
Brad Dourif.
No, I'm just I'm just trying to think of I want good people in there, man. Mitch Pileggi.
Now I'm gonna go with Bill Moseley.
Tom motherfucking Savini.
Woo! Speaking of state, keep it on the Toms. Tom Adkins. Thrill me.
We have to have a badass chick in there. Adriana King.
Damn it, because my next one was Amy Steele. I'm sticking with her, though, because she's still hot. Love you, Jenny. Mwah.
For the trio, PJ Souls.
All right, I guess I'll go with the easy one again. Honestly, how are we totally ignoring Jamie Lee Curtis this far into it?
How about a little Kurt Russell?
There you go. Sam Neill.
I want to go with dude from Stigmata, In a Daze, and Ghost Ship. I don't know his fucking name. Gabriel something or...
Gabriel Byrne?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite, really. That kind of surprises me. One of my favorite actors, actually. About at least a cameo from Stephen King. Not a full role, just a cameo.
Tom Matthews.
I always thought C.J. Graham did a pretty good job as Jason. He's still solid, so I'll go C.J. Graham.
How about Danielle Harris?
Of course. Yeah, yep. James Jude Courtney. Got to put him in too.
Man, we're just going to kind of get here, aren't we?
This is an old improv game, though. So
yes. Christopher Lee.
He's dead. Or I would have said that a long time ago.
Okay, you didn't know if that had to be live.
How's he going to be in the movie? Well, they're going to do CGI him in like they did Peter Cushing and Rogue One?
Well, yeah.
So if we're going to go that route, I don't say Donald Pleasance.
Donald Pleasance, of course.
Richard Booker.
No, we can't do dead people. We can't do dead people. We got to be alive. Fuck you and your Christopher Lee. I think it was Colonel's turn anyway, wasn't it?
But now I'm throwing off because I'm thinking of past or present fucking actors fucking at this movie. Christopher Lee's such a good one, man, too. Fuck, man. Yeah, this is going to throw an oddball out there. Marlon Wayans. But he has to reprise his role as Smokey reprise his role from the Scary Movie movies.
Oh, good God. All right, fuck you. I think I'm doing one more and we're done. How about Kevin Bacon?
I thought Stir of Echoes. I thought Hollow Man.
Friday, Hollow Man.
Tremors.
Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Is that enough of a big cast for you guys? So, hey, Craig D, a couple of good questions there. Thanks for sending them in. If you guys have questions, make sure to send them to us. You can either send them as a text comment on any of our social media platforms or send them as a video, and we'll use the video in the next show. But that's going to basically wrap it up for Death Curse Society. Colonel, you ready to send them out of here tonight?
Just want to say thank you to Phil Moore for such a wonderful product to make our little show look so good. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Ziggy?
We are the Death Curse Society. And you can find us on the interwebs because we're webbed up, we're wired in, deathcursesociety.com. You can get to Facebook. We got pages there. We're on Instagram. We drop trivia. We drop all kinds of pictures and memes and videos. And we're on YouTube, of course. And the Twitter. Don't forget the Twitter. We got the Twitter, too. You know, some of you guys need to go out there and like us up on the Twitter, too, because that thing's kind of lagging behind.
Yeah.
But the point is we're out there. We, being the DCS, are there for you via the webs. Just look us up. deathcursesociety.com.
Hell yeah. And if you guys want to look as sexy as you can in a brand new Death Curse Society limited edition logo t-shirt, you can pick one up right here. Send the $20 to paypal.me/zigzagisdcs and we will ship that out right to you. We got all sizes. If you are size 2X to 5X, we do have to charge you what Zigzag lovingly refers to as the fat guy tax. So it's $25. But we'll see you more.
Just more to love.
Oh, yeah. It's just the more to love tax. I like that. I like that a lot. But, yes, our next episode is going to be July 18th. We're going to be talking all about Stranger Things final season because we'll have watched it by then. And we're also going to be talking about our trip to Crypticon. I cannot wait. It's my first con. Kansas City, we're coming for you. Woo! Uh-oh. Zigzag's already playing video games. So, for the Colonel, for Zigzag, this is Red Crank saying DCS out. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.
Woo, DCS out.
Well, I guess we could ask James. Too.
Sorry, I tried. Go ahead.
Fuck.
Sorry.
I guess we can ask James Jude.
Sorry, I had to do one to you. Go ahead.